G'day. Alrighty, so iron. Iron is the one thing we cannot get in our fish food and we need to add for our plants. Okay, and there are many things, calcium, potassium, it's often in fish food depending on the type of fish food you're using, but sometimes you might need to also add those things. But you can do it in a very natural way, for instance with eggshells, other types of oyster shells, things like that. I often use the worm juice from my worm farm and that gives me most things that I need. But iron is something that we actually need to add. And how can we work out how much to add and when to add it? Well, and also what type. There are different types of irons, but just out here at the moment we're having got the hothouse material up because it's quite cold at night. And I noticed this morning that there was a plant that's looking not quite so happy, and I wanted to just be able to show you guys. But if you're wanting to keep on top of it, and usually I test every week my iron, and then I add just a small amount, and I know how much for my system, but everyone will be different. But an iron test kit, and I realise that is back to front, but this is an API iron test kit, and within it we've got the two reagents. As with most of the API test kits, we've got reagent A, reagent B. We add them one at a time, and we leave it for 3 minutes, and then we have our card that actually shows us how much iron is currently in that system. So I have tested the iron, and that is crystal clear. There is no iron in my system, so I need to add it today, and I'll be doing that in just a few minutes. My pH I need to check, because which type of iron you use will be dependent upon your pH. Okay, so I've got the lower pH happening at the moment, so that's the type of iron I'll be adding. But I'm wanting to show you the actual plants and how they look. So what will we do about that? I'll do a second video to show you the specific plants, hey? Second video. Alrighty, so here is the basil, and we can see very clearly it's, instead of being a nice beautiful bright green, we can see how even that's not as bright as it should be. But with this one especially, I can see that there's the yellow on the inside, and then we've got the green along the veins, and that is an iron deficiency. And as I've just confirmed, there is zero amount of iron in here. I need to add some, and that will then hopefully start to pick up in a day or so. Now, if I'm looking very closely here, even my broccoli is starting to show the similar, nowhere near as strong, but it is also showing it. So that you can tell by your plants, and we don't want it to get that way. So that's a bit dodgy of me to leave it to get like that. I normally don't, but it is also helpful for you guys to be able to see how it will look. So I need to add some iron, and with a day or two that should pick up and to be nice bright green again. Having a look over my little barrel aquaponics system at the moment, we can see it is also needing iron. So we'll have a look at the coriander, and you can see that the leaf colour here. We've got the dark green veins and the light yellowish leaves. So that's showing definitely that we need to add iron here too. And that basil hasn't started to show signs yet, but the larger ones definitely have. And again, this coriander here, you can see the leaves. So that's how we know that there's an iron deficiency happening. Okay, so now we're in a different area of my yard. So we've identified that I need to add some iron in both my larger aquaponic system and my small little barrel aquaponic system. But now comes the question, which type of iron? We need it to be water soluble and safe for fish. So they're the two first priorities to making sure that that's actually what's going on. Now, if your pH is low, so under 7.5, then you could be using the type of chelated iron that's DTPA, Delta Tango Papa Alpha, and you'll notice that it turns the water a little bit yellow. Okay, I'm not recommending any brands here, but this one will be going into my larger aquaponic system. Follow the instructions. Now, if your pH is above 7.5, you will need to use the high range chelated iron, which is EDDHA, so Echo Delta Delta Hotel Alpha. can tell what my old job used to be. And you can see this is turning it red. Now this was only 1/4 teaspoon, and it has gone really, really red because it's a barrel system. Always follow the instructions and only put in the amount that it says. So I've had just got a small amount in here, but as you can see, it's really turned everything red. So what I'll be doing, because I haven't worked out how much I'm needing to add for this particular system, I'll be adding a small amount. I'll leave it for an hour, and then I'll retest. Remember, we can always add more, but it's a lot harder to take things out. Okay, so add a small amount, and you can add more later. Now I know how much I need for my larger aquaponics system, and it's ready to go. This particular one, the red one, so the one that's for pH, it's above 7.5, it will turn your water red. It's not going to harm the fish, but your water will turn red. If you can avoid using it, it's up to you. I mean, it's a lot more expensive. I'm all about what can we do that's a bit more affordable. So this one's a lot more expensive, the red one. But if you've got a pH that's above 7.5, this is what you need. Otherwise, the pH will prevent your plants from taking it up. Okay, so it's what we call a nutrient lockout when you've got high pH. So I've got high pH in my barrel system, so I need to have the more expensive one that's going to work. Okay, so any questions, pop it in the comments and let us know. Alright, see you on the next one. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions or comments, make sure you do leave them below. And hit that subscribe button so you can find out when I've got more videos being posted. And don't forget to follow me on other social media, because I do different lives on different social media on different days. So, again, thank you for watching. I really value and appreciate your time, and I hope you enjoyed it.